welcome to our channel. Some of us may be wondering why their dragon fruit plants are not fruiting or not producing as many fruits as some other dragon fruit plants do. In this video, we are going to explore 8 possible reasons why. Reason number 1. Plant is still immature. Some dragon fruit plants start blooming and producing fruits just within the first year of growing. However, some don't bloom at all for at least 2 years. The reason could be due to immaturity. Dragon fruit plants propagated from seed takes longer time to mature and produce fruits compared to those propagated from mature cuttings. If you want to produce fruits sooner, just use mature and healthy stem cuttings for planting. Reason number 2. Branch is too old. Some growers notice that fruit production peaks at the age of 7 to 10 years but slows down after that. At some point beyond that age, you may have to consider replacing it with new cuttings or replanting the existing branches. Reason number 3. Environment. Temperature may be too cold. The ability of the plant's root to absorb nutrients from the soil is affected by temperature. The release of nutrients from the soil is also affected by temperature and the activity of microorganisms, which are in hibernation during winter season. The ideal ambient temperature for dragon fruit plant is from 65 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 to 27 degrees Celsius. People living in a cooler climate have been growing dragon fruit plants in a pot. That enables them to move their plants indoors where they can control the temperature. Reason number 4. Lack of light. Dragon fruit plants need a lot of light in order to produce fruit. Ensure the plant is in full sunlight. If it's not possible, you may want to install artificial lighting such as LED light bulbs and put your plants under it. Reason number 5. Lack of pruning. In its natural environment, dragon fruit climbs up trees. It has a tendency to climb up and spread outwards as high and as long as it can, spending most of its energy growing stems rather than fruits. In order to divert its energy into producing fruits, you have to limit the height it can climb up to and to regularly prune it. As with any other living thing, dragon fruit plant is programmed to grow and multiply. By limiting its growth, dragon fruit reacts by speeding up reproduction, thus producing fruits. Dragon fruit plant produces the most fruits after it has reached the top or the end of its cord and starts to hang outwards unsupported in the air. Cutting off extra stems, especially damaged or dying branches, below the top of the trellis also allows it to focus on fruiting instead of repairing damaged tissues and growing unnecessary stems. Just make sure you sterilize and sanitize your pruners to prevent spreading any disease from plant to plant. Reason number 6. Too much or too little water. Dragon fruit needs plenty, but not too much water to produce fruits. The soil should remain constantly moist but not soaked. Don't allow it to sit in water, and ensure that the soil is well draining. Too much water also causes rotting of the roots. Some growers also notice that letting the base dry by cutting water for 2 to 5 days while adding some fertilizer and artificial lighting induces flower production. It seems to get the plant in a fear mode, which makes them speed up reproduction for the survival of its species. Reason number 7. Lack of nutrients. A balanced fertilizer or mixture of nutrients with nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is good for the initial growing stage of the plant. As it reaches flowering and fruiting, boost them up with phosphorus and potassium and cut down a little bit on nitrogen. Nitrogen promotes growth but inhibits blossoming during flowering and fruiting. Reason number 8. No pollinator. If your plant is producing flowers but not bearing fruits, the reason may be because it needs to be pollinated. Not all dragon fruit plants are self-pollinating. Some varieties require hand pollination in order to produce fruit. Check out the location of the stigma, female, relative to anthers that contain the pollen, male, and your dragon fruit plant flowers. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of an Osuna red dragon fruit flower. This variety is non-self-pollinating. As you can see, it has a very long stigma, which makes it hard for the pollen to get into it without the aid of pollinators, such as bees. To ensure fruit production, you may have to do the pollination yourself. In self-pollinating varieties, the stigma is very close to the pollen, as you can see in this picture. This list contains the 80 reasons we have talked about so far. One or more of these could be the reasons why your dragon fruit is not producing fruits. 1. Still immature. 2. Branch is too old. 3. Environment may be too cold. 4. Lack of light. 5. Lack of pruning. 6. Too much or too little water. 7. Lack of nutrients. 8. No pollinator. Check each one of these out and see how your dragon fruit plant goes. Also, check out our other videos related to dragon fruit growing. We will be posting more videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you get updated whenever we post new videos. This concludes our presentation. Thank you very much and have a nice day.